Hello, I'm Lynda Kinkade in Atlanta. This is One World. Welcome to the show. At this hour, the Spanish Football Federation is meeting to discuss its president, Luis Rubiales. FIFA has slapped him with a 3-month suspension for kissing star player Jennifer Hermoso during the World Cup medal ceremony, an act she says she didn't consent to. Now, Spanish prosecutors have opened an investigation into Rubiales. We're waiting to see what comes of that meeting. But for now, they seem to be backing their president and accusing Hermoso of lying. The world champion women's football team want him fired. They're refusing to play until Rubiales is gone. Most of the coaching staff have resigned. And there are some reports citing other inappropriate behaviour by the Federation president during the World Cup final. Our Atika Shubert is covering this story from Valencia, Spain, and filed this report.
Well, it's been a dramatic weekend off the pitch here in Spain, with accusations and counter-accusations about that controversial kiss that took place after the Women's World Cup. Euphoric celebrations for an historic Women's World Cup quickly turned into a moment of reckoning when Luis Rubiales, president of the Spanish Football Federation, planted a forceful kiss on player Jennifer Hermoso during the medal ceremony in Sydney. A kiss she later said she had not consented to. Facing domestic and international criticism, Rubiales was pressured to resign, but he defiantly refused. He doubled down, saying the kiss was consensual, to the applause of men in the room.
Do you think I have to resign? Well, I'm going to tell you something. I will not resign.
No voy a dimitir. No voy a dimitir.
Hermoso issued her own lengthy response, which said the kiss was not consensual at all. I felt vulnerable and a victim of an impulse-driven, sexist, out-of-place act without any consent on my part, she wrote. Since then, FIFA, the world's governing football body, provisionally suspended Rubiales for 90 days, and the Spanish government has submitted a complaint to its sports tribunal, a step towards suspending him. What was first a national embarrassment now threatens international repercussions, but could well become a turning point for women athletes in Spain.
Clearly, his attitude has been a demonstration of what female players have to endure in professional sports, but not only, also in their daily lives. We have all been subject to these different forms of harassment in our workplace, these forced kisses, the grabbing, the touching, the demeaning. So this is why women from all fields are sending their support.
Hermoso and her teammates said they will not play for the national team until Rubiales is removed, in a statement signed by nearly 50 athletes. Spanish football clubs unfurled their support in games over the weekend. "We are with you," banners read. "We are all Jenny." Spain's women players are proving that they are winning hearts and minds both on and off the pitch. We are now waiting to hear what will happen to Luis Rubiales after an emergency meeting of Spain's Royal Football Federation. In the meantime, the family of Rubiales has rallied around him. His mother, according to Spanish media, has gone into a church and is now on a hunger strike until justice is served to her son, she said. Atika Shubert for CNN in Valencia, Spain.
Well, for more on the investigation, we're joined by CNN Espanol reporter Mosquera. Good to have you with us. So it seems increasingly difficult to see how this president can retain his position, given the widespread calls for him to stand down. Talk to us about the investigation from the prosecutor's office. What are they looking into, and what sort of reaction are we seeing from his family?
Well, Lynda, the Spanish National Court prosecutor has confirmed this morning that they have opened a preliminary investigation as to see if what happened at the final of the Women's World Cup was a sexual aggression or not. In that sense, in a statement published this morning, the prosecutor confirmed that they will contact Jennifer Hermoso in order to let her know her rights as a victim of an alleged crime of sexual assault and to know if he wants to file a suit against Luis Rubiales or not. So as we see, the pressure is growing and growing against the Spanish football chief, Luis Rubiales, and his family seems to have had enough of it. The Rubiales cousin, Vanessa Ruiz, confirmed this morning that her mother has locked herself inside of a church in the town of Motril, south of Spain, as to show some support to her son. Nevertheless, the pressure seems that will continue to grow, at least socially, because as an example, in a matter of hours at 8 p.m. local time, the organizers of the International Women's Day March will be calling people to demonstrate here downtown Madrid in order to show some support to the female national football team and also to protest against Rubiales. Lynda.
Right. Paul Mosquera, good to have you on the story for us. Thanks very much.